Imagine it's your birthday. Sitting in front of you are two presents. One is a massive, glittering gold box with a perfect bow. The other is a tiny, crushed brown cardboard box. Which one are you grabbing? You probably went straight for the giant gold box. But imagine tearing off that beautiful paper, lifting the lid, and finding it completely filled with heavy, boring gray rocks. Then you reach over to that little, dented brown box. You pop the top open, and it is packed to the brim with your absolute favorite colorful candy. It's so easy to let bright colors or a shiny surface trick us. We spend so much time looking at the outside that we make the wrong guess about what's actually hiding on the inside. We often do this with people, too. We see someone's expensive shoes, or notice they are the tallest kid in class, or see how many friends they have at lunch. We look at those wrappers and decide who they are before we even know them. We get fooled by the outside easily. But the truth is, what's on the inside is what actually tells us a person's true value. Thousands of years ago, the ancient Israelites were looking for a leader. They wanted a king to act as their ultimate team captain and protector against their enemies. But they made a very common mistake. They looked for the shiniest wrapper they could find. They specifically wanted someone who was tall, strong, and intimidating to lead them into battle. They found a man named Saul. On the outside, Saul looked exactly like the perfect, heroic action figure they had pictured in their minds. As time went on, Saul's inner character started to show, and his inside did not match his impressive outside. He became incredibly stubborn. He stopped listening to God's directions and started making poor, selfish choices that hurt his people. Choosing a leader based entirely on how cool they look often leads to trouble, especially if their heart turns out to be full of rocks. Later, God sent the prophet Samuel to find a new king. Samuel arrived at the home of a man who had several exceptionally tall, strong sons. Samuel saw the oldest, tallest brothers and immediately assumed one of them had to be the next king. They had great wrappers. But God told Samuel to stop paying attention to how tall or strong someone looks on the outside. He wanted Samuel to see people the way he does. God looks for things on the inside, like courage, kindness, and faithfulness. This led to a very surprising choice. God chose David, the absolute youngest brother. He wasn't even invited to the meeting. He had been left out in the fields smelling like sheep. To the rest of the world, David looked like the dented brown box. But God saw a brave, faithful heart that would eventually make him Israel's greatest king. This gives us a simple rule to remember. As the scriptures say in 1 Samuel, humans look on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. It is completely normal to sometimes feel like you are the plain brown box. You might feel too short, not cool enough, or like you're constantly overlooked by others. But God sees past that wrapper every single day. He looks right at your heart to see your true, incredible value. Here is your challenge for the week. Try to see your friends the same way God sees you. Look past the outside, at school, on the playground, or right at home. Look for the good things hiding in your friends' hearts. And when you see their kindness or their courage, take a second to actually tell them what you found. Because no matter what the outside looks like, it's the goodness on the inside that makes a person truly great. In the end, a kind heart is the only candy that actually matters.